waiting for my water to finish purifying. I really don't think I need to here. Pretty pristine area, but just playing it safe. And like I say, I'm gonna boil it, but I'm just gonna bring it to a boil. It's not gonna be a real hard boil that would necessarily kill anything. So I stopped and picked up some water treatment tablets yesterday. So just practicing safe practice, I guess, because I've got enough challenges right now without some kind of catastrophic gastro event going on. I really don't need Giardias in my life right now. So, yeah, so I thought I'd take a minute and talk here. There's some birds flying around. And I know yesterday I said I probably wouldn't include a lot of commentary on these videos from this trip, and I'm not feeling super talkative, but I also at the same time I want to kind of explain what I'm doing and my thought process and just share the experience. And as I said in the intro videos I shot back home in Iowa, these will hopefully, I know this isn't super entertaining right now, and I don't blame anybody for not even watching this far, but hopefully part of it is also learning video editing and kind of getting back into that storyteller frame of mind. So I'm gonna ramble a little bit throughout these early ones. Hopefully they get better, more entertaining for you. But what I want to talk about is how this trip, or what this trip is, I guess. And in a lot of ways it's basically just a shakedown trip, and that's what I wanted it to be and what I needed it to be. Like I said, when I left the trailhead yesterday, I need to do this. And it's a shakedown of my equipment and a shakedown of myself, because this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. With my photography career, I want to get out to the places that most people will never get to see. And you know, it's great to shoot in national parks or, you know, roadside scenic places anywhere, you know, and I'll continue to do that too. But I also want to get off the beaten path more and more, and away from the trophy shots and the shots that anybody can get, and start bringing you some views from the backcountry more and more. That's definitely a huge goal of mine moving forward. Sorry, bird flying over. I'm distracted. It wasn't a squirrel, but it was a bird. Like I say, that's where I want to go with my photography career. I want to get out here and capture these wild places. You know, and one of my greatest goals is always to encourage people to protect these places. And I have the skills and the ability, and both with my photography and my wilderness experience to get out to these places. And I've kind of gone to sleep on that for far too long, in a lot of ways. And I want to get back to being able to do that again. And I, like I say, I want to be the real deal. And when I say that, it reminds me of a story. When I was 21 years old, some friends and I took a trip out to Yellowstone, and it was one of our first big road trips. And we went out there in May, and it was, you know, down in freezing temperatures at night. We were tent camping the whole way, and we thought we were badasses. And, you know, because back home, most of our friends didn't do stuff like that. And even out there, most of the people we were seeing were staying in warm in hotels at night. And so we thought we were pretty cool. And we were. And it was an awesome trip. But I remember one day we were in Yellowstone National Park, and we stopped at several parks on that trip, but we were in Yellowstone, and, you know, like I say, we're feeling pretty good about ourselves, and hadn't showered in a week, and, you know, or I guess there were showers, but you get the idea. We were weary from the road, but we were, you know, hardened from the road, we felt. And anyway, I saw some backpackers come out of the woods, and they're carrying big packs, and it looked like they'd been out for a while, and it just kind of stopped me in my tracks. And it's like, I want to be on that side of things. I want to be the one that's coming out of the woods after a week, that people kind of stop and look at in awe and think, oh wow, that's the real deal there, as far as somebody that gets out into the wilderness. And so I want to get back to that. And I know some of you that are watching this don't know my past. I have done a lot of backpacking. I've done some of the long trails, and I've hiked 4,000 miles or so, 4 or 5,000 miles in my life, which isn't that impressive. I mean, I definitely have friends that have hiked that in a year, but I'm experienced, is my point. I've got wilderness experience. I've done a lot of backpacking, and most of that was done in like a 3-year period, and that's what I'm kind of ashamed of now, because like I say, I've kind of gone to sleep on that, and want to get back to, maybe not necessarily super long through hikes at this point in life eventually, but I want to get back to getting out and seeing these places. So anyway, the point of this trip is just kind of an initiation to see where I'm at. Just a simple overnight, but to see where I'm at with my gear and with myself. Because fitness-wise, I definitely have a ways to go to get back to where I want to be. But I'm on the right track. And gear-wise, I definitely see I've got to get my shit together. It's time to start replacing some stuff. Last night was an eye-opener, and I was smart enough to make sure I had the stuff with me that I needed. But even leaving the trailhead, I was trying to cinch up my pack, and I had straps breaking on me, and stuff like that. And so if I'm going to get serious about this, I need to get serious and start getting on par with my equipment and my fitness. So this trip's good. And when I left yesterday, I think I said, I feel I need to do this. And that was a big part of it. I felt I needed to get out and kind of test myself, and on a lesser note, maybe test my equipment, and both needed to be tested. But in that, this is also a little confidence boost, because I did survive last night. That was not a pretty situation I was in. Like I say, by the time I even got stopped and tried to set my tent up and desperately needed to get in and warm and dry, I couldn't even get my tent fly unfolded. It was all matted together and just like frozen, and I was just like peeling it apart in layers and then trying to get it on the tent. But I knew what I needed to do. I needed to get the tent up. I needed to not panic. I needed to get the tent up, get in there, get out of my wet clothes, get in my sleeping bag, and just hunker down. And I did, and I knew I needed to, even though my food was all frozen and I couldn't cook, I needed to thaw something out to give me calories to get through the night. And I did. And it wasn't a fun night, but it was a night that I got through, and it was because I had the know-how to do it, and the presence of mind to just know what I needed to do. So it was a confidence boost in that, and I needed that, just to know that I've still got it. And because, like I said, a lot of this, it definitely takes physical ability, but way more, it's here. It's mental toughness, and it's mental smarts, just knowing and drawing from experience, and that's what I want to continue to build on and continue to do, because this is what I want to be. I want to be a photographer that gets out here and shoots these wild places. It's always my goal to not only share them with people, but encourage and inspire people to continue to protect them. And that goes for public lands, that goes for wilderness, designated wilderness, that goes for the entire natural world. So want to get out here and see it on a personal level, and I want to be able to share it and use it as a motivator and a source of inspiration for whoever I can touch with it. So yeah, so kind of long-winded. I know I said I wasn't gonna talk a whole lot, and I'm not feeling super talkative, but that's kind of the goal of this weekend, or this hike, and it's been productive in that manner. So it's been good, and it showed me a place I definitely need to come back to.